Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're doing a rapid descent into the latest wave of major cyber incidents.
And we're not just looking at what was breached.
No, not at all.
Hmm.
We're talking about the shocking financial fallout and, the huge variety in defenses and tactics we've seen this quarter. So let's just get right into it.
I think we have to start with the sticker shock.
Yes.
The financial scale this quarter is, well, it's pretty much unprecedented.
You're talking about Jaguar Land Rover, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
JR. A single cyber attack cost them over $220 million. That's $196 million.
In a single quarter.
In one quarter.
Wow. And that was mostly from production shutdowns, just tangible losses. But what I don't get is how one company's problem got so big that the Bank of England cited it as a reason for the UK's weaker GDP in Q3.
It's because it wasn't just about JLR's size. It was the specific critical part of the supply chain that got hit. The cost of that disruption went national.
So it had a ripple effect.
A huge one. The UK government actually had to step in with the $1.5 billion loan guarantee.
Just to stabilize things.
Yep. Just to get JLR's supply chain functioning again. It really proves that a breach can destabilize, key national industries now.
Okay, so the cost goes national. Let's pivot to how companies are actually reacting, because we saw two very different stories. First, DoorDash in October.
Right, the common problem. An employee falls for a social engineering scam and poof, personal info is exposed.
But the real issue wasn't just the breach. It was the 19-day delay in telling anyone.
19 days. That sparked a huge backlash, and for good reason. You have international data breach laws to think about. That long of a delay. It feels like they were just trying to scope out the damage before admitting anything.
It's often damage control, right? But then you have this strategic countermove from Checkout.com.
Oh, this was fascinating.
The payment processor. They were breached by shiny hunters who got into a legacy system with old data from 2020 or even earlier.
And instead of paying the ransom, they did something completely different.
They announced they'd donate the exact ransom amount to Carnegie Mellon and Oxford to fund anti-cybercrime research.
It's a brilliant PR move, for sure. But does it actually hurt the criminals? Or do they just shrug and move on to an easier target?
That's the real question. It shifts the conversation, but the core problem was still there. A forgotten, improperly decommissioned system.
And that failure to decommission? It leads us right to the current threat landscape. These vulnerabilities are being exploited almost instantly.
Like the Fortinet FortiWeb vulnerability.
Exactly. It's a path traversal bug, fixed in version 8.0.2, but it's being exploited everywhere to create admin users without any authentication.
And path traversal just means tricking the system into giving up files it shouldn't.
Basically, yeah. It lets them install backdoors using innocent-looking usernames like TestPoint or Trader1.
But it's not just corporate firewalls. You pointed out the supply chain shock. We're talking everyday devices.
We are. The UHail Android photo frames, this is a big one. These things are coming rooted by default.
So the basic security is just off, out of the box.
It's off. The front door is unlocked, and they've disabled key protections like Selenix.
Which is a core security layer.
A critical one. With that disabled, the devices have basically no defenses. They download and run malware like Mesmes and Voy1 right when you turn them on for the first time.
So they're compromised from the factory.
Essentially, yeah.
Okay, but on the other side of this, law enforcement is finally starting to dismantle the infrastructure behind these attacks.
Right, the counterpoint. Operation Endgame this past November was huge. They seized over 1,000 servers.
And that disrupted some major operations?
Oh, big ones. They took down Radamanthys, which is a major info stealer, plus remote access tools like VenomRat and the Elysium botnets. And that Radamanthys operator had access to, get this, over 100,000 crypto wallets.
100,000, wow. And then you also have Google going after the phishing-as-a-service platforms.
Yep, they filed a lawsuit to dismantle a Chinese platform called Lighthouse.
That's the one behind all those EasyPass and USPS smishing scams.
The very one. They hit over 1 million victims worldwide with that.
So wrapping this up, we've seen the cost of a breach can literally drag down a country's GDP. The fight isn't just about patching anymore.
No, it's shifting. It's about taking down the entire criminal infrastructure, the botnets, the face platforms.
Which leaves us with a final thought for you, our listener.
If corporate data from 2020 can still be sitting on a forgotten server just waiting to be breached, what does that say about the lifespan and the risk profile of all the digital data you create today?
Are your old accounts just ticking time bombs?
Exactly. How often should companies be legally required to truly decommission and destroy that old data? Something to think about.